Hi, I'm making a random video about Galactic. I feel it's important to make. Fucking bike outside. Yeah, I got thinking about this last night because of the issues around, like, debating, like, if you should get gold or not in missions in Galactic. And of course, gold gives you, I think, it also gives you credits, so I think it might give you XP, I can't remember. But it's so, like, insignificant that it's not even worth it most of the time, and that's one of the biggest issues. And I don't think the fix is necessarily as simple as a change where you just get more credits for it, even though it would help. But I think there's more creative ways to make use of the gold. That way it's just not like this mirror that you see it as like, oh, it's just mine, there's nothing special about it. But yeah. How about you paint your beards gold or something? Beards and your weapons. I don't know. There could be something in the future though, like it costs quite a bit of credits or something. Get a gold painting job or something for classes or something. I don't know. It's just an idea, but the point is though, gold isn't fun to mine because it isn't rewarding enough. Even though it's only worth it when you have pots of gold or gold rush or even a Crassus. In this video I'll throw some potential solutions out there in hope that Ghost Ship Games or modders will add these to the game. I've thought a lot about viable options for spending gold during a mission, and it is difficult to exactly pinpoint what to use it for. But this is what I propose what is frankly a very viable option. Gold should be spendable during the mission and provide different utilities, and to avoid exploits you can limit each thing per client or per lobby, as well as make the gold only be spent by the one who called it. Also worth noting, my current issue with Galactic is how much time you spend in the missions. The reason I never touch Hazard 5 unmodded is because it's so time consuming and often has a snowball effect and makes runs pretty much useless. Like there's barely any reward for it, to be honest. It's just not fun, but with these additions I'm about to list, it may just be worth it. I find the difficulty high enough as is, so I'd never touch Hazard 5 Plus for that reason. That said, how difficult would it be to add like smaller solutions to the game as well? Not only difficulty, but other gameplay aspects like curse light grinders. Add some way where you can throw the curse light into the grinder. That way, it just automatically deposits it, so you don't have the anxiety of the thing expiring just as you try to deposit it. Like these sort of changes would help. But I have some solutions here that may coincide with these sort of gameplay issues too. I may fix them for that matter. That's what I mean, it just may fix them. Each solution I left here will have either a selfish or team-wide effect assigned to it for balance and exploit's sake. So for solutions for spendable gold, as this is the only solution I have at the moment, other than the increased gold. The first one is Bosco, and this is a team-wide solution, obviously limited one per server. But by far, this could be the most effective use of gold, as he should act as he does in solo mode, including rockets, which could be changeable with the addition of like an interaction button with Bosco, and switch to rockets, but only have one per teammate. But Bosco needs to be in cooldown if this is going to be the case to avoid exploits. Yeah, you could shoot scout with it. I've never thought about that. But Bosco, already read that. To avoid, read that as well. And obviously it should be the most expensive, because Bosco should be limited to one per lobby for the sake of balance. I missed Bosco during a lot of the multiplayer matches I've played. It's just an unmatched tin can, so having him available for mission is great. Also helpful for mining, especially in saturation where there's no scouts or anything to get to higher up walls and stuff. The next solution is mini meal. This is a selfish solution. Having done so many salvage missions, it's always a bit odd how we never could see mini-meals usable. Other than there, although they're not usable. But what if we put in a solution where we could call it down ourselves as a permanent thing that follows us around, and it can hold a limited amount of resources and deposit over time? This would save so much hassle, whilst not making it completely useless. The next thing is a turret. I should probably add here also like a torch thing, something like a turret or maybe a flashlight thing that lights up a cave, but team-wide. These are. The turret is self-explanatory, as well as the torch thing. Basically add like miner turrets that you can call down for any mission. Obviously limit it. It's going to be extremely useful for either swarms or stationary modes, like the last stage of escort duty or industrial sabotage or even sub-events. This can help in a lot of ways, where proper placement and use can go a long way, but obviously it needs to be limited. And yeah, I think that's all I've got for that. And the next thing is also kind of an obvious thing, jet boots. And it should be team-wide. I think the addition of jet boots in Galactic is probably one of the best things they've done. They come in handy for so many things, not just vertical movement, but getting away from swarms. The only problem is that they're rare as hell. In fact, in my 100 solo runs, I found about one every 15 or 20 missions, probably more sometimes. Which is more than I found in public lobbies for that matter. Of course, being able to call these down for your team is extremely useful, but we do need to change that gives players boosts automatically after having got them, so that'd be extremely useful. Next thing is a special usable explosive weapon, team-wide. This is a concept where, well, it's actually selfish, but it's put team-wide because I think everyone can make use of it and use it once, I guess. Maybe. This is where the concept of usable weapons with limited ammo come in. Similar to how you would pick up a lipofoma, not lipo, what the hell. An explosive or effect weapon, maybe swappable rounds, can have a lot of uses. They could probably interact with tritolite deposits or ebonite glyphids. As a way to speed things up and remove the bad luck factor, this could be useful for especially tritolite deposits. So yeah, also useful for mining in some cases. I'm trying to think of a case where there's unlucky mining things. Like maybe aquarks, but I have another thing for that, because this next thing is actually a special usable mining tool. This would be team-wide. I think maybe it could be selfish as well. But I think this would act similarly to drillers' drills, but maybe like the coal gun. So what I mean is, a massive problem mining dirt and even stone is how long it takes to get through. Each have their own issues, and you could just say fix dirt and stone, but if we have more creative solutions for that, basically, we could have more, and make the game feel more like a sandbox. Hence, this solution, really. So imagine if there was a way to move terrain. That might be outside the realm of possibility, so let's just say the mining tool for now. But imagine if we'd be able to mine rock rocks from a distance, or even stone pillars, like one-shot them. Or even like the slaves on escort duty, like get rid of them when you don't have a gunner or a scout. And the drill is just too slow sometimes. But with one click of this mining tool, this would be a genius idea, and it could also have combat uses like stunning glyphids or something. The next thing is a movable shield, team-wide. I think this has to be team-wide because of how exploitable it can be. Basically, it could either be an upgraded or downgraded gunner shield, which is movable and covers in the shape of a square rather than a dome. So a wall, basically, but it could block pretty much anything infinitely. This can help with omen towers and even black and cover warnings, and no doubt other things. Next is the mini ammo crate. Selfish, I'd say this would really be helpful since I have found myself often running out of ammo on other weapons but barely go below some on others. The solution is a mini ammo crate that is one-time use and can allow you to swap loadouts once, retaining 80% of ammo you have on each thing and perk cooldowns. But this would be extremely helpful, especially for classes like Scout with Drac, because Drac notably has a lot of ammo and you can survive Swarm or 2 with it before going below like 25%. But on other weapons like the flare gun, your secondaries just go through ammo quite a lot more. This would be extremely useful for just like topping up the flare gun, for example, and you really could make use of this. One idea for how you choose is to simply hold the weapon you want to fill up. The only one I don't know how to do that for is grenades. I can't quite figure that out myself. Maybe a different button. It could be. I don't know. Yeah. Our next thing is the grabber gun. A team-wide thing. All team can use it, but it's basically a droppable weapon like the thermal gun or special weapons I mentioned. But you can use it to grab items like the lithoform arc arc from a distance, or even cursite chunks and pull them towards you within a range of 50 meters. This would be extremely useful for speeding up a mission, like point extraction. Yeah, that's all I have for that. Actually, it's quite simple. Pipeline. This is a final one, and I think it's the funnest one. Team-wide, and yeah, it'd be really fun. Imagine being able to make a pipeline that goes all the way around the map and can be used on any mission. Just fucking imagine if you use this on industrial sabotage, how much more fun that would be. Like you could just make a pipeline that circles the caretaker, goes around the environment, dodging everything as you're moving on it. And yeah, well, it's just a fast way of transport as well. One of the problems with industrial sabotage happens to be the lack of accessibility on the final phase, as well as that stupid extra phase at the end of the first health bar and stuff, first, second, and third. But it'd be so much more fun if you'd just be allowed to ride around it. And even though jet boots could fix the vertical terrain problem, I think pipelines are much more fun because you get to move more. And there's more functional uses as well, like you could even use it as a wall basically to stop swarms getting in. Like on escort specifically, I tend to make walls like with engineer platforms so that enemies don't spawn in stupid places, they only spawn like above or on the sides. That way it limits the range that they can spawn in, and that's good for my turrets because I don't use the AoE one just for damage sake. And trust me, it is effective. I've played engineer for hundreds of hours now, and those turrets are just too good. But yeah, that would help with this if you just block off the entrance that the Retta came through. And it'd save a lot of platforms as well, even if we do get vertical platforms, which would be great. And so the next thing is in the unrealistic territory / manifest no, but still options. First one is portable Lloyd, team-wide. Imagine if you can call down Lloyd and drink up the job. And like the story is, you call down a whistleblower in DLG who literally just sends you down a personal Lloyd. Probably goes into R&D or something and takes him. And this Lloyd can give you any beer you want. Like you want Bossa Gold, no problem. You want Red Rock Pasta, no problem. You can switch interchangeably, but the catch is you get drunk and passing out should probably have an effect. Like, you could probably let out a toxic alcoholic cloud. Something that causes your teammates to take damage whilst in it. So it's a bit like a Praetorian cloud, I guess. They tend to revive you if physically. I don't know what's it there. Not that bit. But instead of this, because I think it might be overpowered, this other suggestion for Lloyd might work, and I call it the short class version. But basically, you can order any beer you want, but you get it in a shot glass and it has only half the effects that it normally would. This way you can stack things, like you can have pots of gold 150 plus, and that would make gold extremely worth it. But holy shit. And that on top of mini meals and, that sort of thing. That'd be extremely good. Yeah, obviously it should only stack once, so you can only have one at a time. As well as your big beer buff. But that'd be really good. I could see that being really useful. And the last thing is Betsy. Team-wide, it scares me a little. Similar to Bosco, and maybe should be much more expensive than anything else. The only thing about this is it's unrealistic, and I don't know how you'd be able to have an expendable Betsy when most rooms are caved instantly, and yeah. I don't really see that being a thing to spend your gold on. Like, you could have two at once, that'd be crazy, but no, I don't see that working very well. Yeah. But finally, I'm on to non-spendable solutions, away from that sort of stuff, like cooling down things. I think increasing the amount of credits you have on missions is an obvious change. Making the gold one hit may be really good as well, because it is already time consuming enough mining gold. I want gold to mean more. I'm not 100% sure how to make it that way. Even though everything costs credits, it's a difficult thing to balance, I imagine. But it isn't a bad thing since upgrades for those green beards out there. But what did I say? But it isn't a bad thing since upgrades for the beards. I don't know why I said that. I have a script. But it'll just basically help everyone. Not just green beards, but grey beards. It gives you a new playstyle and it makes the game a bit more accessible. But who knows? I'm just throwing ideas out there. That doesn't mean these need to be added. I think making Deeper Galactic more sandboxy is a great idea. It gives people more tools to play around with, basically. It benefits everyone, it's the best of both worlds. So I'd quite like to see a solution like this. But I don't know how exactly to implement it, that's debatable. Also, it has to have cost and stuff. Yeah, I'm quite happy with the solution I come up with. I just know what people think. Sorry for no gameplay because I think... I haven't got any gameplay to put in the background. I think I'll just put a picture of compressed gold. That makes sense. After all, we're rich.